What's up guys, this is Craig here from 519 BASSIN, and today we're just going to do a quick video on the Crank Caddy Tackleboxes. Why I believe they are the best tackle box on the market today for organizing your small and medium crankbaits. I've been using them for 4 or 5 years now. I'm not sponsored or endorsed by them by any means. They come in 3 different sizes. They come in the small, which holds 42 crankbaits here. They come in the medium size, which will hold 28, and those have the 2 trays, and they come in the large size, which has 1 tray and it holds 12. I don't use the large that often just because I fish a lot with jerkbaits and I have a lot, so for the real estate I don't think they hold enough for my liking. I'm limited on space on my boat, and that's a key thing, is just storage space. I use the Bass Mafia double barrel, and I'll get into why later. Again, like I said, I'm not sponsored by them. I paid $27. The biggest feedback I hear on these is $27 is a lot of money. Looking at it, yeah, $27 does seem a lot for a piece of plastic. But when you get down to running the numbers, if one of these crankbait boxes holds 42, ranging from $5 to $10 a bait, if not more, that's over $400 of baits in one box. We spend so much money on rod stocks protecting our fishing rods, on reels, on terminal tackle protecting your tungsten. Why leave out the crankbaits? Those are the go-to factor on everybody's boat. Don't leave them out. The good thing about these boxes is, in the way I store them, is I store them in an upright fashion in this metal rack. What it does is it keeps the baits facing forward. The weight of the bait slides it farther into the trough, so it locks it down there. So when you're traveling from ramp to ramp and hitting the big waves going 60 plus miles an hour, a lot of the hooks jostle around and get tangled up in everybody else's box. Here they don't. Not many anglers think about what's going on with their crankbaits when you can't see them. These boxes lock them in place. They're solid. I don't have to worry about my paint rubbing off on a hook right next to the other crankbait like you do with the other boxes. Like these normal, I think Plano has a crankbait box. I've looked at it, I've actually used it. It's $13. These boxes are the cheap ones for like $5 that a lot of people use. Yeah, it can hold the same amount of crankbaits probably. It doesn't organize them. So when you're out fishing and you're going from bait to bait when there's money on the line and time is of the essence, you pick up one crankbait and it's tangled up like this. You go to another one and they're usually tangled. I don't have time for that. I can't fish this type of setup here. If you can, more power to you. I definitely can't. I want my bait to be in the water the most amount of time it can. I don't have time to sit on the boat and mess with my hooks. Again, these boxes are $10, so you might think, well, I can hold a lot more. You're right, go ahead. You can hold a lot more. But then again, you're going to be replacing your crankbaits because your hooks are going to get tangled up. They might get bent. Your hooks are going to rub on the paint of every crankbait, and you're really not going to like them. I don't use these anymore. I'm sick of them. They're not worth it. Spend the $27 and just buy you a Crank Caddy tackle box. When you're fishing on a tournament that could have a $100,000 payout, what is $27 to you? I mean, it saves you time. Organized fishing is successful fishing, plain and simple. This year I did find out that Crank Caddy got bought out by a new owner. I got a chance to speak with him. Seems like a pretty energetic guy to get these boxes back on the market. The one thing that probably impressed me the most was the fact that he asked me what I didn't like about them and what I would change about them. That says a lot about an owner when they want to hear the negative feedback. There's only a couple things that I do differently on these. For one, I take this trough. This is out of the small. You get 3 of these in the small. I take my Dremel and I cut these slots just a little bit farther down. And the reason why I do those is so I can hold different size medium style crankbaits in the small size boxes. A lot of people say, well, if you do that, then your bills hit the front deck and you won't hold them securely. I turn the bills backwards if it's a real deep diving in a small platform. There's always ways around it. I did tell them that's one thing I would do, is extend those down a little bit. The other thing I think is the biggest drawback on these boxes is the latch system. Again, when I store them in my boat, they don't jump boat to boat with me. They stay in my boat. I can understand if you're a bank fisherman, or if you do travel from boat to boat and you have these real, like these hunchback jerk or crankbaits. I can understand them getting a void here, and then the latches don't want to secure. That's probably the biggest drawback I see on these, but again, how I store them, it really doesn't matter to me. You could always just throw a rubber band around them and it'll just do the job. When I cut those slots out, like on this one here for instance, this is a larger shallow diving or small crankbait, and I can fit it in the small crankbait box. It slides in there just like that, with it farther down in the trough, and you can still slide the baits out above it. That's what I like to see. It's just easy to grab any color, any style you want. It's there. The other thing I think that they could do just a little bit different would be on the large size. This is the double barrel that I spoke about and why I use them. It holds all my jerk baits, holds 20 of them. On a jerk bait, I think what they could do is they could take the center dividers here, maybe obviously change the style up just a little bit more, but they can run their slots like they do in all the other boxes. That way you can hold 3 or 4 of these jerk baits in one trough, and it extends their design to other platforms, and it just succeeds for the bass fisherman. I do drill on the back of my box, which I haven't done this one yet. I drill small holes, so the way that they are stored in my boat, all the water will drain out when they're upright, going through the water. Any water that's in the boat will drain out, or in the box will drain out. All in all, I mean, they're very good boxes. I like them. Obviously, as you can tell, I probably have about 10 of them. They're worth the money to me, and I think more and more this year you'll see them out on the market, especially with these new owners pushing them. Anybody can write a review on a box. Every angler is different, and I understand that. I think the best way is to buy one yourself, get out and test it. If this video gets to 1,000 likes, I'll personally send one to a subscriber. That way he can try it if he doesn't have them. I honestly think that we should probably share this video to the Crank Caddy Tacklebox Facebook page. That way they can understand how much viewers they have and how much people like their boxes, and who knows, if we do that, maybe they'll drop some discounts for the new users and they can extend their product line to everybody else. Other than that, if you guys have any comments, just drop them below. Questions, anything like that. If you want to see different reviews of what baits I throw in there, you can let me know that, how I organize my boat. One thing I will say again on these is the durability on the plastic. Here it is probably 10 degrees outside. I'm not sure if you can see my breath in the shop or not, but this has been sitting out all night. You can still bend these really good. So when you're in a hurry and it's cold, you can slam your crankbaits in these slots and you don't have to worry about them. The troughs get pushed down like this and you don't have to worry about it breaking, which on any other box, I'm assuming they would be broke by now. In fact, the one on the ground looks broke. So I don't have anything else to add on these. I think it's a great tackle box. It's great for organized fishing, and it's great for people that have a lot of the same type of baits or a lot of various baits. Again, please subscribe and like. Thank you.